quite connect with that one as Russell moved inside. Larmour now both tired but both superbly fit. 12 rounds of non-stop. So coming into the final half minute of the contest. What an absolute cracker this has been. Hugh Russell, the champion. Moving away, and Davy Larmour, the challenger, at 34 years old, hoping to cap what has been a tremendous and distinguished career for him by taking this British bantamweight title. In the last couple of rounds, it's been Larmour. And it's Larmour! It's Larmour, he's got... You seem just as pleased as Davy.
Well, the first fighter I've ever trained from retired, and he won the bantamweight title, but I held. And I told his son today, there's a photo of me up in the house with a belt round, and I says, your dad's getting one of them tonight. And he laughed at me, and I said, he's getting one of them belts tonight. And I've got it in my hand, that's Davy Larmour's. And Davy Larmour done the fighting. He's the man that won the belt. And he done the fighting, and I'm really proud, more than I was when I won the title myself.
He's not a bad talker, Davy, is he?
No, he keeps on going. He's been keeping my head away for the past week. Do this, do that. He's been treating me like a pregnant woman. I'm not allowed to get this, I'm not allowed to light fires, nothing.
It's all paid off though, hasn't it?
Yeah, I just feel a pity for Hugh losing the title on his first fight, but he knew the risk he was taking by giving me a chance. I think he must have been mad.
And when I had got the opportunity to fight for the British title, we had a bit of a wrangle with Mr. Eastwood regarding the purse, but what he didn't really know was I had fought for nothing, just to get a crack at the British title. Right. But anyway, that night, or the previous weeks and months before that, I was running at 3 o'clock in the morning on the Carmoney Road. I lived at Glengormley at the time. And I had a navy blue tracksuit with a balaclava helmet, earphones, with a radio. I used to go out at 3 o'clock in the morning. It was my wife actually said to me one night I couldn't sleep, and she says, well, why don't you go for a run? And I says, yeah, that's it. So that was my session going. I was actually working on the night shift in the shipyard at the time, supposed to be. But the time off there, I was 3 o'clock in the morning, I'd done the runs. One welcome face I used to see, possibly about 5:30 when I was coming back, was Jerry Hamill's brother Martin. He was a bus driver, and he used to pump the horn in the bus every morning. I used to get pulled in by the soldiers, the army, the security forces used to give me a bad time for about a week. And then they realised there was no threat, it was only training for this fight, you know.
So you put everything into that, you put everything into training. When was your last chance?
Well, I knew I was
33 then, you were 33.
I was 2 weeks off my 34th birthday.
I mean, that's ancient for a later weight fighter, like, you know.
Yeah, that's ancient. But the night...
So you took your opportunity with both hands.
Oh, yeah.
You had him down, didn't you? Another great fight.
I dropped him in the 5th round, and Hugh today carries a scar under his cheekbone. Was where I'd cut him. It was a fantastic punch. I caught him. Had it been slightly lower, it may have knocked him out. But he got a very bad cut underneath his cheekbone. But as I say, that's...
And did you win unanimously? Was it a unanimous decision?
There was I think it was 118 to 116 and a half or something. 1.5 points or something.
Well, Davy moved down to flyweight. He beat Kelvin Smart for the flyweight title, made 2 defences, and won the Lonsdale belt outright. You had one more fight, and
well, I remember after the fight in the Europa, not many people gave me a chance of beating Hugh. Not many of the Eastwood camp gave me a chance of beating Hugh because there was a celebration organised in the Europa Hotel for Hugh. And I was outside with guys from the Cashmere Road and the Shankill Road. I had a lot of friends from both areas. On the New Lodge Road, I had a lot of support, although that's where Hugh originally came from. I had friends from those areas, and they did support me. And Stephen Eastwood came out and asked me would I come in and say a few words to Hugh. And the only commiseration I could offer him, I says, look, Hugh, you're young, you'll win another British title. and that's the way I left it.
Yeah,
And subsequently, he dropped the weight and
he did.
won it.
And you had one more fight, and then that was it. That was it all over.
Well,
then.
the
Any
reason-
regrets?
The reason, I
as a whole in
regret
your career?
taking the one more fight.
Right.
I'm sorry I didn't bow out.
And that was against an old opponent who you had
Yeah,
fought before, John Feeney.
John Feeney had
Good- not
beat
good
me
fighter too.
my second fight of my
From
career.
Hartlepool.
Yep, good fighter. But
Second
the
fighter.
reason I took the fight was financial reasons. I hadn't a lot of money. I was working in a shipyard.
Yeah.
What money was going to out? So I took the fight, got myself and the wife a holiday out of it,
Right.
and I was well by my sell-by date. I
Right.
thought. He caught me a cracking left hook in the third round,
Right.
and Harry Gibbs, a well-respected referee, wouldn't let me continue, and I accepted his decision.
That was on the same card as McGuigan and Natty, wasn't it?
Valerie Natty, yeah.
But the money you were offered was a disgrace. For the final eliminator, the British title, 2 British title fights. I mean, but then, as I say, there's some things more important than money. You've got a legacy there to leave for your children, and for your grandchildren and great grandchildren. I mean, money can't buy that. You've done things, you've achieved things. Money comes and goes. You've 3 grown-up kids now. You live in Malale.
My marriage broke up with my wife, although we're still very friendly. I live in Malale, have lived in Malale for possibly 10, 11 years. It's an ideal place. It was a place I had my first holiday with my parents as a 7-year-old, and it was always a place that hankered to me when in my teens. I used to go down camping a lot and do things like that in my teens.
And you've went back to your education.
Oh, the education, I went back to education.
You're a counsellor now, aren't you?
Yeah, I qualified as a counsellor a few years back. I went back to education and done an advanced, Foundation and Access course, certificate in Foundation and Access course for mature students. Then I was redirected by a friend into the counselling field. I got initially a certificate in counselling skills, and then I went and passed an advanced diploma in counselling. And at the moment, I do voluntary counselling in St George's Church in High Street.
Right.
I come in a few days a week and do that.
Right. Well, Davy, as I say, it's a great honour and a privilege to have you on the show. Thanks very much for speaking to
Thanks very much,
PLTV.
Jim,
God
for
bless
having
you.
me.
Thanks.
Thank you.